So the next segment is called Strange Cinema. And this is basically just us talking about a film that is strange. Whether it excessively violent or psychologically damaging or just makes you just uncomfortable. Because we like those things over here.
Very much.
We like to make you feel uncomfortable. Yes. So with all of the talk about sticking it to academia, so to speak, I thought of a fun movie that really takes me back to when I was a young chap. Probably about 12 or so. The Faculty. Great movie.
Very good movie. I should have rewatched it in preparation for this conversation.
Oh, I know. It's guaranteed to jack you up.
Ha!
From 98, I believe, 1998. You can fact check me on IMDb, please.
You can go back through any of this podcast, fact check us, and put it in the comments.
Yes,
maybe we'll
could,
read them.
but maybe we'll read them, and maybe we'll just say
I will not read them.
You're not important enough to remember.
I'm kidding. That's terrible marketing.
But
we probably want to
this
read them.
movie is important enough to remember.
100%.
Directed by Robert Rodriguez, director of El Mariachi, Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Planet Terror,
Spy Kids.
Spy Kids. He should apologize for that one.
I've never seen it.
But written by Kevin Williamson, who, if you don't know, wrote the Scream movies.
Right.
With the exception of, I think, number 3. That was Aaron Kruger, I think.
Oh. But he did 4?
Yes. 1, 2, and 4.
Fantastic.
And I believe I Know What You Did Last Summer as well.
Oh, he was
responsible for all those
slasher.
90s, teen slashes that we all know and love. But he has this wit about his movies that he's written. Especially the movies like this. They're kind of aware of themselves. They're kind of a social commentary almost on something.
Borderline on satire themselves. Even though they have been satirized.
Exactly. Like Scream was a satire on the horror genre at that time because all we were getting was slasher, boobies, sex equals death. This is why Randy in Scream was always like, you don't know the rules, you gotta know the rules. You watch Prom Night, you save time, right? So that's the Scream connection there. But the Faculty is no different.
No,
I don't think. It deals with the idea of alienation, where Elijah Wood and company. You got Josh Hartnett. You got
Usher.
Clea Duvall. Oh yeah, Usher.
Never forget
his
Usher.
Award-winning role there. What did he do? The morning announcements or something?
Oh,
did he have like a radio? Did they have like a high school radio station or something? I don't know, but I remember him like doing something like that and people listening to it.
Yeah, he had a.
Or no, that was She's All That. He was the radio guy and She's All That.
What?
Yeah,
he was. Very long time since I've seen that.
He fucking was. Look it up.
I will.
No, he was just a football player.
Yeah, the Letterman's jacket sticks out big time.
Sorry, sometimes they all bleed together. But yeah, we had Usher, we had Clea Duvall as Stokely, like one of my all-time favorite crushes in a movie. Oh my god. I love Stokely so much. He was so cute. And like at the end of the movie, she gets like, she's like all gothed out like the whole movie, and then at the end of the movie she's not goth anymore, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Why?
You ruined the movie for me! You aliens! You made the weird girl normal.
Well, that transitions to, I think, a point, right? There's something about like individuality and like what makes people themselves in that movie,
right? And it's like in academia right now, right? This is not a coincidence.
I don't think it's a coincidence either. Especially that it takes place in a school.
Yeah. It takes place in a school. In Ohio.
In Ohio.
Right? Yeah. small town Ohio. That's the whole point. You know, the aliens go through the back door, infect all the teachers in the high school. The teachers infect all the students, and then the students go home and infect their parents, and it just spreads. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which they cite in the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
The Puppet Masters by Heinlein.
Wow.
Stokely talks about that. But yeah, like it's really strange. Like they're trying to make, like right now they're trying to make the students conform, with the cookie cutter, educations, curriculums. It's weird. It's crazy. It's strange. It's un-American almost.
Yeah, I would have been in 5th grade when the movie came out, and I wish that I was a little older, so that in the moment I could have made some of these connections and been a little more...
Yeah, I think when I saw it the first time, I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, I probably didn't see it when it first came out.
In fact, you know, when I was that age, I wasn't allowed to see a rated R movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to go over to my grandma's and
it's my
watch,
exact same story.
Watch the movies I wasn't allowed to watch.
Darkman was my first R-rated movie.
Darkman.
I'll remember it till the day I
die. Yay. Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It was a good
one.
one.
Liam Neeson.
I'm not sad about that.
That Irishman.
Being my first either.
He's a sexy Irishman.
He is.
But, right. But yeah, that's like it's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but on a grander scale. Maybe the teachers, maybe they're the establishment aliens, man.
Or something akin to aliens.
Or something akin to parasites, spores.
Yeah.
Maybe
it complacency, right?
Complacency.
I had plenty of old, almost retired teachers who were passing out the same handouts that they passed out in 1974 when they started teaching, right? You ruin the cog, right? New students, new generation, new ideas, but you're still doing the same thing over and over again. That's just as bad.
Well, maybe that's the problem. No new ideas,
right? Was it?
I mean, it's like in our entire culture right now. It's like reboot, remake, sequel of a really famous franchise that has come out like 30 years later.
Yeah.
We're going to save that for another podcast.
That'll be a good one.
Yes, we're going to do one on remakes. Absolutely. And it will be
to
glorious. And we will rag on every single reboot that has come out in the past 30 years. Maybe 20 years, 15, whatever. But the pattern is getting unbearable. The lack of thought being put into things. And that sort of thing. You know, The Faculty was a really good movie because it was original. It was different. Original. It was fresh. It wasn't one of those slasher movies per se.
No.
It was different. And at the time, you know, especially because we were growing up and we were just about high school age anyway, it was one of those movies that kind of, I don't know, made you feel like you belonged somewhere.
Like our Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, a little bit. You could
kind of have those archetypes, you know, the goth and the nerd and the jock and the rebel.
Right, and instead of an oppressive principal, we have an oppressive alien spore issue going on.
Played by B.B. Newworth.
Yeah.
Frasier's girlfriend, Lilith.
Oh yeah,
remember?
I do now.
Yeah, I'm full of a bunch of useless information. This is why I'm doing this podcast, because I have so much information in my brain and I just have to share it.
I learn things all the time. Those records we talked about in the last section, I've listened to so much new music when I'm around him. It's crazy. He's got it all up here, too. He knows exactly what he wants to listen to and what it says.
If you say so.
I do.
Hi there. Professor Boyfriend here. Did you like the video? We hope you did. If so, please like it. And share it with everybody you know. And spread the gospel of Professor Boyfriend.
please subscribe. We need to hit at least 100 subscribers in order to have our own personalized YouTube channel. And please also click the bell on YouTube to get those notifications. That way, you get updated on whenever we post new material. The Patreon link is right below on the screen. Copy and paste it in your browser. Go to our Patreon and consider contributing. We would love that. Even if it's just $1 or $2. It really helps out. We would love you for it. Right, Pandu?